Kate, did you just say you enjoy me? I enjoy you too, darling. Okay. Okay, this poem is called Onward. And this is one of the many poems I wrote during senior year while looking ahead to college and the rest of my life and all that good stuff. And the title comes from an exclamation that my friend Jason would always make when we would set off to class or wherever we were going. He would point grandly and shout, "Onward!" And it's also vaguely reminiscent of The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, even though I really hated that book.
I love that book.
I'm sorry.
You would.
Crush your dreams, but I hate that book. So, this poem is called Onward. Do or die, sink or swim, now or never, will you lose or win? Henceforth, from this moment, from here on out, what will your life be about? Dream on, wish upon a star, shoot for the moon. Where will you go and how far? Vaya con Dios, I wish you the best. Happy trails to you as you venture forth on your quest. Honor the past, remember the good times. Don't forget the faces, for this time, though short, is sublime. Gather your bearings, take a good look around, drink it all in, and don't rest till your treasure is found. Thanks for all the snaps, guys. This poem is called Watch My Back, and I wrote it after much observation of the movement of shadows. Yeah, I have that kind of time, or had. Watching the shadows of people in cars across trees and buildings and things like that. And I thought to myself, if shadows could talk, what would they say? And I thought about how shadows are always there behind us and how we never really give them credit for all the time they devote to us. So this is called Watch My Back. The shadows dance from tree to tree, asking permission to be as they please, and the trees in the forest wrestle back a response that allows the shadows to carry on. Not a care in the world, the shadows embrace life, never quite able to grasp it, but imitating just the same. Swirling, twirling, careening down the path, the shadows know no bounds, nor yield to any creature or obstacle. They are the whispered, forgotten followers of us all. In the urban forest, the modern concrete jungle, there are no rules, no common courtesy, and the shadows' requests of the buildings and the cars fall on non-committal, uncaring, and unkind ears. It is not the shadows' fault that their images are distorted, unflatteringly thrown upon the inflexible and lifeless surfaces they must inhabit. The shadows lead thankless lives in these modern times, and I believe it's high time that we thank them for always watching our backs. And this next poem is called Hope. And this poem also explores the theme of hope for a brighter tomorrow, which is a theme in a lot of my poems. And it's inspired by a song based on a poem by John Keats. And in this case, the words mean to ease oneself of worldly cares and sorrows. I don't really remember how the verse went, but here's hope. Why do we cry with bloodshot eyes these tears of pain and sorrow, when in the sky, the bright blue sky, is the promise of tomorrow? Why do we shy away from the love that others choose to share, when all the while people are dying with no love, only despair? So why don't we try to recognize just how lucky we all are? So dry your eyes and look to the sky to see that hope is not far. I love it. And this last one is called A Million Lights. And back when I had my car, I loved to sit out and look at the night sky laying on top of my car. And when I wrote this, I was thinking about, I kind of wrote it while I was laying on top of my car watching the sky. And I was also kind of strangely thinking about the quote from a speech by George H.W. Bush from 1988 about duty and patriotism. And the quote from the speech that this is kind of based on is, "I have spoken of 1,000 points of light of all the community organizations that are spread like stars throughout the nation doing good." And it's the 1,000 points of light part. So this is called A Million Lights. Here I sit way up high, looking out across the sky. I see the moon and the stars that wink at me from afar. When I see them wink, I smile back, because for love I have a knack of falling in and out so fast that time for doubt has long passed. So when I smiled at you in class, you did not respond, so I have to ask, why can't we be like the stars at night, which send their love with a million lights?